afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Heroes like Defender of the Fatherland. Off here's an exciting 1 vs 1 on. Oh crap, I actually forgot the name of the map. That's embarrassing. I actually forgot the name of the map. It just escaped me. Oh damn it. Well, nothing about that now. But on the map we have Burmie. I do know his name and I can also see it there. Burmie fighting for the Oberkommandist Germany, Deutschland, taking on the role here of the 9th Panzer Division, but the 4th Panzer Division versus in the west we got Jaminrock fighting for the Soviet Union. For the 7th Tank Corps, rolling ahead full speed for Stalin and socialism. With the double engineers of Pinto start, standard stuff there versus Burmie's full Kuban start. Also standard stuff, both players rushing ahead, but we can note here that Jaminrock is going much harder in for the northern fuel point here. Skipping a few points and leaving other units to follow up and secure the connecting points. So that's definitely some more advanced capping there from Jaminrock. Doctors, we got elite armoured, fortifications and skirmish there for Burmie with triple infantry, bit eclectic. With partisans, shock rifle and reserve army, also a bit eclectic there. They're both sort of visibly, well, this one's less meta actually, to be honest. Penal troopers and several anti-tank gun bulletins, including one for faster production there for Jaminrock. Not faster protection, no. Quickly, we must protect this faster. But how? I don't actually know, Petrov. I do not know. Scout car there for Jaminrock, some aggressive play there. Scout car can certainly, quickly lock down Noble Commanders, play and sort of, force them onto the defensive if well utilised. Though we can see there, Burmie's anticipating. He's going for a very quick raket now. So in this regard, we can sort of see here that Jaminrock sort of going for some counters there to the early Noble Commanders game, and Burmie is anticipating and nicely bringing up counters for it already. So already, just in the first few minutes, some heavy mind games going on there. Both players sort of trying to get ahead of the other bastard, and we'll have to see who gets the furthest ahead of the two bastards. There you go, scout car there being filled with engineers. The M3A1 white scout car supplied by the Americans via Lend-Lease was primarily used by the Russians' reconnaissance units. Their Rotarasvetsky, amongst other things. Well, I suppose there weren't so much reconnaissance, just sort of advanced exploitation units. Russian reconnaissance at times was a bit more just attack that position, and then the next wave just sort of figures out, alright, guns over there, let's not attack there. They were very much reconnaissance and force chaps. But the Rotarasvetsky was sort of advanced exploitation troops looking for weak spots in the German lines, occupying them, and then holding the weak spots open until, the rest of the main force arrives. Scout coming northwards there, more penal troops on the way there for Jaminrock, going for the Koch as well. Then we can see there's some aggressive advanced tactics there for Jaminrock as well. Sort of looking to outmaneuver his opponent, not looking to directly engage Burmie, but just hit the Koch points, forcing Burmie to attack into the Xbox, and also as the penal troops, and that's always good when it comes to penal troops, and there's also negative cover, making it harder here. So in this regard, Jaminrock is changing the rules of the game here versus Burmie, and that's all very good. You want to not have your opponent firing in where he's comfortable, but where he is less comfortable. So Jaminrock here striking an isolated infantry squad up north, hunting it down here with the scout car, 50 cal machine gun and rifles firing away there. Almost got them there. Could be nice. Well, we got the killer coming up. They're trying to intercept here. The M3A1 on retreat. Can he succeed? Who will get the wipe? Who will get the destruction? The annihilation. There we go. Got the wipe. But the Kedma forgets the Scout car, almost wiping out the engineers in return. Heated stuff here, and that's just in the first 4 minutes. Good golly, Miss Molotov. Engineers saying Northers are going to grab the fuel point back here. More people are getting ready for the next big push for the motherland. The 7th Tank Corps. Sturmpioniere laying down Schuhminen. That's pretty good there. He's also laid down Schuhminen there. So already here, Burmie laying down numerous mines, possibly in some anticipation of the scout car, just as to slow down, make it harder for it to be rushed by it. So with this, both players sort of got a bit of a destruction and wipe in on each other. Sandmax going down there. Here, oh, he's scavenging, never mind. He's scavenging there, salvaging for fuel. Folks, because they're dealing with the penal troopers up close. SVT-40 seeing out versus the Strafniki. The SVT-40 seeing out versus the box of the Kar-98Ks. A few hits there going, and there you go. Penal troopers pushed back by the Volkskommandos up north here. We've got penal troopers going for this Kugelwagen. Need to be careful also in the Koch point just to ensure he doesn't get any fuel out of it. He's going to try and get that Kuhlwagen out of the way first, because that's going to be a bigger problem in the south. Mines were actually laid down there by Jaminrock at some point. Very good work there. Catching up some of Burmese troops. Penal troopers, or Sturmpuni, are back at the base. And we got a mechanized regiment going up here for Burmie already. It's going to rush out the Kuhlwagen as fast as possible. And the Kuhlwagen went down. Did I say Kuhlwagen's going to rush at the Lux? Not a Kuhlwagen. There's no Kuhlwagen from the mechanized regiment headquarters. Not a Kuhlwagen with a bigger machine gewehr. This I call the Oberkubel. Knock it off, Porsche. You're clearly drunk. Just a quick push across here. Folks got that overwhelmed by Kednev. Folks getting the devil out of here. Sharp back and forth here between these two players. Top tuned war machines. And here we see Jaminrock suddenly pulling a fast one here. A support weapon company. That you don't see very often from any Soviet player going for the Special Rifle Command into a support weapon company. This is obviously in anticipation of the looks there. The Penal Troops, of course, unless it goes here and there into tank rifle, in which case sort of self up in other ways, will not be very good at dealing with it. So rather than trying to bother with that, he pulls a fast one here by going off the meta reservation and straight into field gun territory, which of course explains this, so he can get it out really, really fast in anticipation of the looks. Very interesting move there by Jaminrock. Very interesting. I mean, both players are clearly looking to get ahead of the other one through, you know, just anticipating the usual reactions and moves. And Jaminrock, they might just have pulled the slightly faster one, because you usually do not see that one at all. I mean, a scout car from the Soviets, sure. But a field gun after the scout car and the Penal Troopers? Yeah, that's not so very common. So this is very interesting. Very interesting. Ooh, mine. More interesting for the Germans, for the Russians to set off than anything else. And there you go. Penal Troops getting suppressed, but there you go. We got enough force here for the Volksguards to have no real chance. So they are getting assault rifles. The problem is they weren't fully reinforced. There you go. Got looks out. Field gun has also arrived here for Jaminrock and the 7th Tank Corps. Penal Troops there almost being rubbed out by the looks and its auto cannon. It's Kampfwagenkanone. 2 centimeter. Mines being laid down there. Note Bowie's doing it on the same spot as previously. That's a useful good rule of thumb. If a mine is going off in one place, you know, another one in many cases will usually do just as well, because most players never check for mines in the same spot. Looks moving out. That Penal Troopers field gun here ready. The CIS-3. But the looks there in this case looks like he spots it, gets away there, but still he has to be more careful now. Though of course it's going to be tricky, of course, for Jaminrock to set up a sort of real kill zone for it. But if he can catch it, he can probably sort of knock it out there. At which point Burmie's going to have a rather bad day. He's filling the field up with more infantry, more full Skandiers to man the lines here of the 4th Panzer Division. Looks there with 5 kills so far. More full screens there. Finally arriving for Burmie. There you go. Looks moving up. Going to flank into the Penal Troopers. Field gun setting up here as well. Oh, Sato charge is really good. But takes a hit there from the CIS-3. Driving through the muck, through the swamp to escape the Russians. Going for some fast curves there to try and just avoid the direct line of fire there on the CIS-3. Penal Troops pushing back. The Sturmpioneer more moving ahead with engineer support. Looks they're escaping here. Burmie going for some rather intensive evasive maneuvers to secure on the rest of the map there, by the way. Good work, though he might risk extending like Kednev and lose it. Got the field gun moving ahead here, but sets up a bit too slowly and slightly wrongly angled, allowing the looks to get back here to Burmie's base. A rather intense hunt here from Jaminrock on Burmie's looks. Really nice work there, really nice work. We can see a maxing up here to help control Burmie's infantry. More mines, of course, here would be appreciated, I think, from Jaminrock. Doctrines there, of course, of both players could also be useful, though, of course, we'll have to see what Jaminrock goes for. He does have 2 doctrines that open up for Panzerschreck wielding troops, but he goes for the one that has none. He goes for shock rifle and cancels the maximum for shock trooper squad. That is a shocking move from Jaminrock. Again, meta-wise, not so common, but clearly Jaminrock's got some completely different plans here versus Burmie. We'll have to see if Burmie can actually keep up with this, because Jaminrock is definitely not playing your usual Soviets, which is usually the most interesting Soviets. At least in the hands of a competent player. But there you go. Shock was there, arriving the Soviet assault engineers, shredding the Volksgrenadiers with their PPSH-41 submachine guns. Note, by the way, this model was technically be sort of put out of commission, at least the magazine specifically, because it turns out the large drum magazine basically is not very good with all the rounds in it. It's basically weakened the spring down the road. So basically they sort of went for the stick magazine, which I imagine also has the advantage of being lighter and thus also a bit easier to handle. Little fun fact there about the PPSH-41, which as a further note was actually more or less a copy of a Finnish submachine gun. MD-34 there for Burmie to support his troops here versus the Russians. Particularly, I think the arrival of the shock troopers might cause him to want something to suppress them. Mine's going down here. In this case, he's he cancels it. Also, he's basically mining a spot his opponent hat mined, which is also not a bad idea either. Another sort of blind spot there. A lot of cut-offs, boys. A lot of harassment here from Jaminrock. Not going to try and look up to sort of engage Burmie at the moment. So instead, he's going to just try and keep Burmie jogging around the map there, trying to catch Jaminrock. And then when Jaminrock, Burmie thinks, he's got him, Jaminrock tries to turn the tables on it. I guess that's sort of the maneuver that's going on here. We'll have to see if he can predict his opponent's moves. There we go. We got ambush to the field gun. He's ambushing the field gun, catching the looks off guard, and now gets too close to the penal trooper with a satchel charge, and he catches the looks. The looks doesn't realize what's going on before it's too late and goes down. My God, he ambushed that looks perfectly. And a smoke screen there to prevent the filter from getting close. In fact, allowing the shock troopers to get up close to them and turn the tables on them. Good Lord, this Jaminrock is a devious bastard of the highest order. That is some damn good play there. That's actually one of the few cases I've seen anti-tank gun ambush tactics actually playing a role. Holy moly. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up from the Propagandacast to Jaminrock. That was outstanding. Again, that looks to certainly hurt Burmie quite a bit. I imagine he'd hoped there'd be a bit more lifetime on that one. Instead, it ended up as a huge burning heap of scrap. As the Russians suddenly popped up with a field gun out of nowhere. And he goes for second shock trooper squad. Now he's just on the hunt for Burmie's infantry. At this point, I'm reasonably sure Jaminrock is just anticipating Burmie's not going to bother with more. He's going to try and push ahead in terms of tech, maybe, which means the shock trooper is going to have, be really, really good now when there's no armor to counter them. Because this is Jaminrock basically making a bit of read, making a bit of assumption there on Burmie, and just pushing all in there. So if Burmie were to go for second looks there, I mean, you can actually put Jaminrock in a rather tight spot, but of course the question is, does, Burmie really want to go there? I mean, he's also worried about his opponent taking too far to him and just bring up, T-34s or something like that, I imagine. That's also a good idea there for Jaminrock to consider. Got the shock to the pursuing the Sturmpioneer. Engineers flanking with a Minesweeper. Not really a dreaded weapon, though, in the Soviet arsenal. Smoke screen down there to cover up the engineers as they grab the center victory point. Sharp play there by Jaminrock. And Penals was just continuing the harassment here behind the rear lines, cutting off Burmie's territories as he's not anticipating it. And there goes Sturmpioneers charging through the smoke, and then persisted by the MD-34, pushes back those bloody engineers. 2 shock trooper scores. Very unique there, very novel there by Jaminrock. Looks like Burmie is planning his Wehrmacht level round. He's also taken that first for Battle Group headquarters. Now that definitely is one of those things I'm always cautious about, going into that and then into this. I mean, it basically delays any medium armor in the current situation here for Burmie. That's really what you should be pushing for as fast as humanly possible. Straight to the penalty was there. Need to retreat as both Ludwig and Fritz are cut down. 2 shock troopers scored here as the MD-34, and there goes smoke screens off from the shock troopers on the MD-34 force, and that one to reposition. Good work there by Jaminrock. North engineer setting up, field gun grabbing territory there as well, and back here could be taken up. He could be a tank of a tank command. Move straight into a mechanized armor company, and then pushing it fast with T-34s here versus Burmie, but looks like that is not so far within Jaminrock's plans. But there you go. Spots the Schwer planted quarters right as it finishes off, which of course makes things a bit more difficult there for Jaminrock to do things with. But it does tell him that Burmie's just only now teched ahead. Jaminrock's also got a lot of resources sort of bottled up versus Burmie. MD-34 with full gun support. We got double penals was flanking here, though there are mines in the way, though he just managed to definitely avoid them. There's another mine there. Maybe that'll work out. And there we go. Pushkin and Dimitri bite the bullet there, or in this case bite the landmine with their feet. So we can see that Burmie's now more on the defensive here. The heavy arrival of Soviet infantry has rather sort of thrown off there, and without the looks, he has no really noticeable counter to all the shock troopers. So we'll have to see though what Burmie does. I mean, some orbital done could be a good idea there, at least initially, until they get out some armour. The light machine should have a chance then. Oh, snap. Jaminrock is going for the KV-8. No take-up, instead just call in armour. For now, anyways. Though by 1944-45 they would be utilising a modified T-34-76, which had a flamethrower instead of one of its whole machine gun. I think it's called like the OT-76 or something like that. Orbital on the way though for Burmie, halfway done. Burmie might have to rush out a Yak Panzer or something to help deal with it. We got Fulton catching the SIS-3 on the retreat, but the KV-8 catches them on the ground and proceeds to light that on fire. That's going to be a bit rough here. SIS-3 following up. It looks like he might be planning to rush this Schwerpanzer course and destroy it now. But he can't already do it there. One was pushed back there. But now the SIS-3 and KV-8 combo might just be able to do it. Though right now the flank of the SIS-3 is actually exposed. He could attack with the Fulton is cleared out and then turn it on the KV-8, which could be, you know, decent chance there for Burmie. He's still quite a bit of time off there from Schwerpanzer quarters. If he were to lose it now, that could very well be GG there for Burmie, as he'd have no way to easily get out some armor. He'd have to either wait for a King Tiger, try to take out again, either which is actually incredibly expensive for the Orbital Commander Vest. I mean, Jaminrock will probably be able to get out an IS-2 before him, before he got either out. But there you go, mine hit, Fulton they're not suppressed, but they are close to being wiped out. Panzer IVs there, attempted on the KV-8. Successfully pulled off there by the second squad. Shock starting them. Negative cover, and there goes a pressure fire from the MU-34, supporting the advance of the German infantry. Very good there by Burmie. Raketman setting out. Gonna try and catch that KV-8. Landing a nice hit. Engineers make a run there for the SIS-3. Ooh, negative cover though. They're going to risk getting wiped. Another hit on the KV-8 from the Kednevers, but Jaminrock too slow here. There's too much going on for him. And there we go. Almost got it. KV-8. Oh, SIS-3 wiped out again. And there you go. Ludwig gets up behind with a Panzer Faust. Schnell, Ludwig! Sir Panzer Faust! Yeah, you did it, Ludwig! You did it! Now he's going to salvage it, he's going to steal it. He's going to salvage it for a bit of extra fuel. But Jaminrock takes advantage of all of the happening going on. Even if he loses the KV-8, he just hits everything else, further denying Burmie resources. Just quickly pull ahead for a Panzer. Excellent work there by Jaminrock, keeping his eyes on several balls as he juggles them in the air. More orbitals on there. At least apparently just cancelled them either way. Orbitals are now on the way now. Looks like he lost the previous squad. I'm not entirely sure to what though, but that is an expensive loss there for Burmie though. Hopefully the second squad sees a bit more life and survivability. Burmie is frightfully extended. He's got a bit here, he's got a bit there, and a bit there and there. He's just all over the place with no real focal point at the moment here versus Jaminrock, which is only allowing Jaminrock to just maintain pressure better versus Burmie. And Burmie has yet to go for doctrine here. I mean, one argument to consider fortification, just be able to lay down S-mines here and there to try and trip up Jaminrock's infantry at times, make it hard for him to harass, for example. Machine gun bunkers could also have hold points. That could be an option. Or I suppose he could just go elite armor to prepare for, you know, a Panzer IV, maybe with heat rounds. Or find these Scammons and Jaegers, grenade assaults that way to sort of pressure Jaminrock now. But no choice there though. Second assist here for Jaminrock. He's clearly starting to expect some kind of armor to hit him, and the miles indicate he's actually playing straight for the IS-2. I mean, he's yet to build up. And usually if you go for like double field guns or double pack 40s or anything like that, that's usually an indicator they're just stalling and buying time. It's going to call in a heavy tank from the doctrine. So it would certainly seem like that is what Jaminrock is planning at the moment here. Though so far, he very much has the sort of lead and tactical acumen, I think, to pull it off here versus Burmie, though I would still describe it as a bit risky here. Sounding the caveat as well there, so only allows him to maybe get our Panzer IV faster. Smoke screen down here for the shock troopers. Oh, he takes the bait, he gets closer to them, he doesn't wait for the smoke to dissipate. He gets close, there you go, right into the grenade. Sneaky Jaminrock. Again, devious bastard, he'd play. And the folks going to do is pay the price here. But he had to reload the light machine gun line. The shots are close but up point blank though. There's no mercy from the machine and gewehr. No mercy whatsoever. Shock was lining up there. Very nice positioning. Can't easily be spotted unless he takes a very long route. In this case, looks like he's not going to bother hiding anymore. But there you go. Panzer IV on the way for Burmie. He's going to need to push ahead. And of course, going to make the ground a bit easier there for Jaminrock's IS2. Unless Burmie specifically goes for elite armor just to have heat rounds on the Panzer IV, which will certainly assist versus the IS2. Of course, does Burmie anticipate? Though really should. I mean, he's seen no armor. He's pretty much seen shock troopers KV8s there from Jaminrock plus ambushed field guns. There's no doubt, no hesitation as to what it could be Jaminrock's got planned there. So I mean, elite armor here I think is going to be absolutely necessary for Burmie's Panzer IV there versus the future IS2. People there, veteran 3 fighting versus Volksgunners and soon also Obersoldaten. Victory points wise, we got a lead there for Jaminrock over Burmie and the 4th Panzer Division. Again, use push back in the centre here, but then you've fought on the Volksgrenadiere. Close to wiping out the entire penal triple squad there. Jaminrock needs to be careful. Ooh. Oh! Ah! Got lucky there, got really lucky. Could have been a wipe there, but certainly been a bit helpful there for Burmie. But he's got the Panzer IV, the Panzer Kampfwagen 4 pinlock machine gun being added as well. There we go. Shoots and gets a good hit on the penal troopers who remains out in the open. That's the Panzer IV, and then proceeds to slow get towards negative cover. There you go, retreating, losing half the unit. In the centre here, the shock troopers overwhelming the jam position. Grenade gun is all full up. Let's get wiped out. Oh dear. Panzer IV needs to get back there quickly, as we also got healing reinforcement here in the base. He's going to need to reinforce a lot of troops very quickly. Mines down there, good spot by Burmie. It looks like someone got stuck there in the front of the Panzer. You know, I really hate it when the Russians get stuck on one of our dead guys too. It's always such a pain in the ass to get away. Yeah, I know what you mean. And suddenly you try to sleep and here's a cries of anguish in your dreams. Yeah, really tiresome. Occupational hazard, you know. Yeah, but you know, I've gotten good at you know, ignoring it. Oh, so that's good to hear. Do you have any tricks? Yeah, enjoy it. MD-34 sending up their field guns hanging back, and we got the IS-2 there, the Joseph Stalin 2 tank out for Jaminrock, the Soviet behemoth of Stalinite steel. Oberson setting up support there. He's really going to need elite armor. Their heat run's going to be absolutely necessary for the Panzer IV versus the IS-2. Shoots at this one into the 2mm gun, penetrates the Panzer IV frontal armor easily. Field guns following up there. Penetrating. Needs to pull back the Panzer IV though. Get the Panzer IV at the Burmie. Schnell, Rückzug. Brandhand grenade off. There you go. Bounce them out a bit. Raketen is moving up to deal with the IS-2 though. One rocket penetrates the IS-2's frontal armor there. That Panzer IV took quite a beating. Burmie yet to go for elite armor. Really would recommend it. Again, the heat rounds increases damage and penetration. That's usually a good thing. And would really just extend the power of Panzer IV against the IS-2, which I sincerely believe is really what Burmie needs right now. You could also consider some boob traps from the point that up north you got double shocks moving ahead here against the Volksgrenadiers. Got one shock to the squad run away, need to focus down on the other one. There we go. Slowly pulling ahead though. Their body armor striking off some of the hits there. There you go, another grenade there. Folks is dodged. Of course, they're pushing close to the shock troopers. Ultimately, though, they do retreat. Jaminrock does not push his luck any farther. Panzer IV is good to go. I think Burmie's next priority, though, should be a Yak Panzer to support the Panzer IVs to the IS2, and again, if he combines it with heat rounds, he can really do a lot of damage to the IS2 very fast, and then punish Jaminrock from just relying on the IS2 in all docks and all call-ins for that having any tack. Again, that does require he very much makes those decisions. Mine's going down there to catch up any Russian armor infantry. We can see that Jaminrock is also very good at switching approach to their attacks. He's not just going to always just keep bashing his head in. He's now going for a large northern swing here. Might try to catch Burmie off guard with his move. And that's also a very good move. Some players will just try and locate the enemy as strong, so just trying to attack him head on. But Jaminrock is clearly looking here for weaknesses, weak spots, which is overall much better. Nice sending in the Panzer IV on its own, and again, no elite armoured. Oh, there we go, linking up with supporting infantry and support weapons. And guys shot in the open like Kedner for shot bounces off the IS2. Second hit though penetrates. Field gun supporting, need to cover the Panzer IV, he should be anticipating it. McKenna's moving out. And good rate hit from the field guns and the Panzer IV, need to fall back there. Penalty was wiped though. McKenna out in the open in negative cover, that's the IS2. That is a really bad spot to be in, saying McKenna was not there. You can soon though go for the Jagdpanzer here and need to retreat the opposite line. Then negative cover, that's the IS2. Not good. And we got intended barracks on the foot to prevent it from moving any further. No, don't hit in the... there's still the field gun. Burmie, 9. It's a Panzer IV, not a Panzer VI. And he tossed away that Panzer IV. I have no idea what Burmie was hoping to pull off of that. Not without heat rounds, in which case you should have popped them much sooner. That was a very poor tactically executed move there with the Panzer IV. So not did he lose the Kedner for there, but he lost the Panzer IV. That's really a big loss there for Burmie. That is a very big loss. I mean, he's going for another Kedner for there, more Fultz Grenadiers, but still losing that Panzer IV there. Not good. Even if we got a single IS2, or not IS2, but penal triple score there, that's not going to really make up for the loss there. That definitely felt like a very weak move there by Burmie. Very weak move. Shock still flanking the MD-34, even as Shock was trying to deal, or Sturmpani is trying to deal with them. Closing in there with the Sturmgewehrs. Kill those Russian bastards. I don't care about their body armor, just shoot them in the feet. It works in video games. Ooh, there you go, getting away with the 3 there that he wiped out in the first place. A lot of corpses there piled up in the marsh, and there you go. IS2 strikes, need to retreat the opposite side right away. Salvaging the Panzer IV there. Well, I think he might be aiming for a Panther now, which isn't a bad choice either, in particular if he combines it with heat rounds. And you further reinforcing. Also some light movement in the south. As you remember, there's the southern half of the map there to harass and sort of extend territory there. Good move by Burmie, at least much better than just going straight for Jaminrock. I mean, he's basically doing the opposite of what Jaminrock did, which is, he's looking straight to head on, engage the force, rather than trying to force into the engagement. It's not quite as favoured. Needs to push back. Jaminrock still not really taking up there. Burmie is getting closer to the Panther. I mean, he could also be setting up for the IS2, but that's just going to take him ages in comparison to the Panther. I do not think he has that much time with the IS2 about there, and the potential of more KD8s around to support it. Or T-34s, really. Orbital need to retreat, not fully enforced. Also, everything else is retreating, so there's not much point for the Orbital to remain here, and there we go. Burmie realizes that and breaks a very brave retreat in the face of overwhelming Soviet numbers and tanks. As they sweep through the swamps towards the centre victory point, forcing up to try and catch up as many rations. Southern fuel point there being secured by Fultz Grenadier. And here lots of reinforcement healing going on there for Burmie and the 4th Panzer Division, but still no doctrine there, no doctrine. Definitely feels like one of Burmie's bigger mistakes this fight, just a lack of doctrine, but really just a lack of elite armour, which I definitely think would have benefited him a ton there as the IS2. So that definitely does not feel very well. Storm Panthers moving through there, focusing towards the centre there, supported by the MD-34. Academy for Oberstad and focusing moving northwards. And there you go, Penals was suppressed here. And the south. Ooh, Storm Panthers getting better fever. The shock troopers they move closer to them. Concussive grenade would be great. Concussive grenade, but so far, yeah, none of that. And there you go, Panther away there for Burmie in the 4th Panzer to be shown. Panzer 5. Still rolling ahead, and overall Jaminrock just continues successful attacks with just, you know, not just bashing in elsewhere and just looking to attack head on, but also looking to outmaneuver, flank his opponent, catch him off guard. And there goes 2nd KV out here for Jaminrock. Also note he always tends to also aim for the cutoff points first for any resource point before securing the resources, that way denying the resources in the first place to his opponent before then securing them for himself, which is definitely an interesting tactical approach there by Jaminrock, but certainly I think worth pointing out there. Not a bad idea. They're getting members bunched up and they're not ambushed. Shot fired. Didn't quite hit. McKenna was blasting with 1 penetrated, 1 missed. And there you go, KV8 flanks. Very good. And there you go, Panther out here for Burmie. Panther out. Panzerkampfwagen 5. And he finally goes for Doctrine. And out of all the Doctrine he goes for Scavenge now. I definitely have to disagree with this choice. This should have been elite armor. This should have been heat rounds for the Panther. He needs as much damage as he can get on that single tank, as much chance to penetrate the IS-2 on this tank. So him going for scavenge here could have been a misclick. I mean, we can give him the benefit of doubt here, but if it wasn't a misclick, though, if it was not a misclick, that was definitely a very poor call here by Burmie against Jaminrock. Panther is doing what it can. That's the IS-2 with its high velocity gun. It's 80mm of sloped armor, its pulse engines and whatnot, but it is not having an easy time of it. There you go. It is still giving the IS-2 the much more challenging time than the Panzer IV did. Of course, heat ramps will still do a lot good for it. Shock troopers setting off the mines in the south. Troops moving back for healing and enforcing. And the Panthers going to need some serious repairs. But now Burmie's barely got anything of the map left. Barely anything. Most of it is gone. It's under the control of the 7th Tank Corps of Stalin. IS-2 there by the way close to Veteran C2. Very good work. Panther being fixed up. Troops proceeding and reinforcing. Knowing about all of his anti-tank weapons and ambush mode, he's ready to sort of try and catch the Panther in one sort of very lethal volley and maybe even finish off the Panther then very rapidly before Burmie has a chance to react to what's going on. But there you go, Panther on the move. Academy have his infantry supporting. Again, he's attacking northwards again. He's not trying to just secure as much as he can territory and then take it from there. He's looking to just directly engage Jaminrock head on, despite Jaminrock having superior forces and superior anti-tank weapons. So in this regard, Burmie I think is overall making the wrong call here. He should not be looking, you know, to fight, you know, where it's hardest. He should be looking to where he can make most gains easiest, and that way try to catch Jaminrock off guard and then try to react to Burmie's move here. Again, that's generally what Jaminrock did in many cases, and overall, as you might have noticed, has served Jaminrock quite well. And so, a really worthwhile tactical approach to keep in mind. That is, do not look to engage your opponent where he's strongest, but look to where he's weakest, and then hit him really hard there. Oh, bung grenade elbows right at the shock troop was very nice throw there by Burmie. Very nice bait. Splitting off the Panther and Restless forces. Pretty risky there, particularly hits the mine. He does get the shock troop there in retreat. Wiping another infantry squad there with Jaminrock. And there you go, 2nd shock troop moving here. Their forces standing out in the open with no weapons to really defend themselves besides the rifle against Veteran T3 shock troopers. True heroes of the motherland. Men who have stared down the belly of the beast and extracted socialism. I start now, my kept like coming back there. KV advancing as well very slowly. Burmie's position now is not the strongest. He seems to be slightly panicking, maybe? Oh no, oh no. All the anti-tank weapons setting up. There you go. Full volley on the Panther. Rear armor hits. Almost half health already. He's calling an artillery barrage. More shots fired. There's some Panther. There you go. Almost got the Panther. Almost got the Panther. IS2 gets the Panther to the ring down here. Catching the shock troopers like an effort. They're wiping nothing. Complete waste there for Burmie. A complete waste. And that, I think, pretty much seals the game here. With this, Burmie really has no chance versus Jaminrock. Jaminrock is now in complete control of the situation with his KVD's IS2 shock troopers and everything else. Like the loss of that Panther in that way, with that doctrine, has left Burmie with next to nothing. There go, loses units on retreat to the KV-8. Stalin's Dragon. And he's attacking the base there where Burmie has no real defenses against it now. Panther fast there on the rear armor. Flak placements blasting away. More Panzer fast going off. Fair Panther quarters trying to do some damage there. Rear armor there's putting two seniors to the flak gun. Then the actual one probably could have done it because the KV-1, 2 and overall 8 KV series in general wasn't actually that heavily armoured. I mean, for the standards of 1931, 1940, it was actually pretty well armoured. It was more or less roughly on the same level of armour, in fact slightly less well armoured than a late war Panzer IV. But that's about it. He might still lose it though, due to all the Panzerfaust and whatnot damaging it, but as you might be noticing, he's still doing a lot of damage inside Burmie's base, and it's also keeping Burmie from moving out of it because he has to deal with it. So with this, he's just bleeding out victory points and overall just further cementing Burmie's demise here. Main gun finally out, and there you go, flanking placement, blows it to bits, or at least something does. Not entirely sure what actually did the deed in the end, but gone it is. But so is most of Burmie's troops. In fact, he lost his orbital Dardan to the fires as well, so he's just wrecked. And there's already another KV out here for Jaminrock. More fire, more fascists to burn. And there you go, GG, game over, victory there for Jaminrock, a big loss for Burmie. I mean, overall, Burmie started well there, but the clear was Jaminrock was just one step ahead at certain points. He just had a clear strategy, and he was one actually, aimed just throwing the Germans off the track and just being slightly ahead, countering their moves. Penal troopers into scout car, into field gun, and then more support weapons, and then pushing ahead there for calling armor, and actually being able to get away with it because Burmie was still overall very much taking just the core orbital command of his strategy. He wasn't deviating, he wasn't reacting to what Jaminrock was doing. Furthermore, Jaminrock had the advantage that tactically he overall just had the more sorted approach again. He kept harassing, he kept outmaneuvering, he never sort of looked to just make a big engagement unless he had the real advantage versus Burmie. He didn't just attack head on because he should. He just waited until he could engage him favorably, and then he delivered crushing blows that looks here in the early game, being ambushed by the field gun and the penal troopers. So in that regard, Jaminrock overall just had a more solid tactical approach, as Burmie just kept looking to engage head on, and that way try to destroy him. So in that regard, really well played by Jaminrock. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe to our friends, share it with everyone. If not, send in a replay and provide some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Dancing. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. And of course, a big thanks to all my patrons and supporters, without which this episode would not have been possible. Cheers, everybody.